The hospital emergency room was a world of organized chaos, and for a new doctor, it was a test. Dr. Evelyn had just started her first shift. She was young, brilliant, and full of confidence, her mind a library of medical facts. But she was also a bit too sure of herself, believing that the best knowledge came from books and the latest medical journals. She moved through the room with a quick, nervous energy, a constant hum of ambition. She quickly noticed another doctor, an older black man named Dr. Miles. He seemed to move slowly, his face often calm, even when everyone else was a blur of motion. He didn't rush. He didn't talk much. Dr. Reed, seeing only what was on the surface, quickly dismissed him. She whispered to a nurse, loud enough for others to hear, "I hope he doesn't slow us down. This isn't a retirement home." The nurse gave a small, uncomfortable smile and turned away. Dr. Reed was ready to prove herself. A patient was rushed in with a rare, life-threatening illness. The symptoms were bizarre and confusing. The patient was shaking, with a strange purple rash and a fever that wouldn't go down. Other doctors were stumped. Dr. Reed jumped into action, rattling off every possible diagnosis she knew from her textbooks. She ordered dozens of tests, her energy a hurricane in the quiet room. But nothing was working. The patient was getting worse. The beeping of the machines grew faster and more panicked. Dr. Miles stood at the edge of the room, watching the chaos. He would occasionally offer a small, simple suggestion, his voice a low, gentle rumble. "Have you checked the patient's nerve responses? That specific tremor is very unusual." Dr. Reed would just wave him off, her voice strained with frustration. "Please, Dr. Miles, I have this under control. You can stick to the easy cases." She thought his suggestions were too simple, too old-fashioned. Other nurses and doctors, seeing how Dr. Reed treated him, also looked past him, as if he wasn't even there. Dr. Miles just nodded, his face showing no emotion. He knew that some knowledge isn't found in a textbook. It's found in years of seeing, of listening, of understanding the small, quiet signs that others miss. He had faced this disrespect before. The quiet moments, the unspoken words, the way people looked at him, he had seen it all. He didn't get angry. He knew that their judgment was a reflection of their own ignorance, not a measure of his worth. As the patient's heart rate dropped and the machines screamed a warning, Dr. Reed finally hit a wall. She had tried everything she knew, and she was out of ideas. Her confidence shattered into a million pieces. Panic began to set in, a cold dread that she was about to lose a patient on her first day. It was in that moment of fear and failure that Dr. Miles stepped forward. He moved with a new purpose, his calm energy filling the room like a wave. He didn't shout or panic. He just spoke, his voice clear and steady, cutting through the noise. "The symptoms match a tropical disease called a Malley's syndrome," he said. "It's extremely rare in this part of the world, but the signs are there. The purple rash, the fever, the tremors. We need to give him a simple saline solution and a specific enzyme. Now." Dr. Reed stared at him, stunned. She had never even heard of that disease. Just then, the head of the emergency room, a stern, experienced doctor named Dr. Hayes walked in. He saw the patient and his eyes widened. Then he saw Dr. Miles and a look of pure relief washed over his face. "Dr. Miles, thank God you're here. We needed your genius," Dr. Hayes said. He turned to the entire room and his voice rose with deep respect. "This is not just Dr. Miles. This is Dr. Alistair Miles the world's leading expert on tropical diseases. He developed the very vaccine that saved millions of lives during the last global outbreak." A stunned silence fell over the room. The nurses, the other doctors, and especially Dr. Reed, stared at the quiet man they had all ignored. Dr. Reed's face went white. She had spent the last hour treating a living legend like a useless old man. All her knowledge, all her degrees, had been nothing compared to the quiet wisdom of Dr. Miles. Dr. Miles didn't gloat. He didn't even look at Dr. Reed. He just took charge, giving orders calmly and quickly. He was a master at work, and with his simple, expert care, the patient's condition stabilized. Later, in a quiet hallway, Dr. Reed found Dr. Miles. Shame burned in her eyes, a heavy weight on her shoulders. I am so sorry," she stammered, her voice cracking. "I had no idea who you were. I was so arrogant." Dr. Miles simply looked at her, his eyes kind but weary. He saw her pain, and he understood it. "It's okay, Dr. Reed," he said. "You had all the knowledge in the world, but you forgot the first rule of being a doctor. The patient is always the teacher. And sometimes, the most important lessons don't come from a book. They come from listening. And from seeing people, not just what you think they are." He walked away, leaving Dr. Reed with a new, humbling understanding of what it meant to be a true doctor and a true human being. She had come to the hospital to save lives, but on her first day, her own life had been saved from her pride by the quiet, overlooked genius she had so carelessly judged. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories that inspire, challenge, and stay with you.